Hello and welcome to SRC Ladder Season 3, Week number 5. Tonight, we are going to be competing with Division 5. I've got Dar and Colin with me in the commentary box. And I'm going to let them take it away. Introductions for tonight's Division 5 action.
Hello. Welcome to the final week, the beginning of the final week of Ladder. We are here with Division 5. Looks like we are doing 2v2s today, Colin.
Spicy 2v2s. I love me some 2v2s. It's a little bit different, you know. 3v3s, we see the same old. But you know, it's interesting to see how these 2v2s will play out. Do really have any sweeps? Not that it. Well, is it? How many divisions qualify again? You're the pro here.
Yep. This Division 5 is the cutoff. So these people are fighting for their fighting to stay in contention to be in the Ladder Championship.
Absolutely. So this is actually going to be much more important than I thought. I was expecting
Very much so.
Maybe they need some. Maybe it's just like bragging rights here. But no, they need to stay up in this division for Ladder Champs. Sure, we'll have some declines, but to be sure of your spot, you are going to need to play well this evening.
That's for sure. Well, with the people that are in this division, we've got our rank up Trevor, who's been getting quite good. He's been doing some crazy stuff to make sure to get all the way up to the 5th division here. We've got two winners of previous competitions here, Maxford and Metal Jello. Both have won previous Rapid React divisions, and we have Puzzle, who's been doing quite well in the ranked format. And we have Krago, who ranked first at our last competition. So, which is not an easy feat.
Definitely not an easy feat. This is going to be spicier than I thought.
Oh yeah. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the field. First, we got Maxford and Puzzle versus Metal Jello and Krago.
Thoughts on these alliances? Who do you think is taking this home? Is there a clear favorite here?
I wouldn't say there's a clear favorite here on account of Metal Jello and Krago. Both have been doing quite well because Krago's ranked first before. Metal Jello's won a competition, and Maxford's won a competition before as well. And Puzzle's been ranking up, so I actually can't really call this.
Interesting. My money, if I had to, I'm going to go on Red Alliance here. I've seen Puzzle play. He's a mean player sometimes. Not mean. I should say he's a good player at this game. I think he's going to do well for his alliance partner with Maxford. He's definitely shown his prowess in these divisions. I think it's going to be a very exciting first match.
That's for sure. Let's check to see if we have people on the field. Alright, looking at this. Once again, it's going to be Maxford and Puzzle versus Metal Jello and Krago. For those of you just joining, welcome to Division 5 in the final week 5 of Ladder. And we're about to get started. Here we go, Autonomous. Maxford shooting 2 in, Red Quicker on the draw. But it looks like the balls come out of the agitator at about the same time. Puzzle accidentally bouncing a red ball over to the blue side, which might be detrimental to their auto. Doesn't look to be. Looks like we have a 2-point difference. Red getting a volley of 5. Blue responds with a volley of, looks about 5 as well. 44 to 42. a bump onto red. They miss a single ball, so that's going to put them at a tie. Red shooting 3, blue shooting 2. That will put red very small in the lead, except now that blue got a 3-ball cycle. Looks like we're not having very much defense in this match, except for one bump, so it's going to be a game of inches. Who can get the most balls in the least amount of time? Maxford having to shoot an extra red ball out faster in order to make sure that he doesn't get that possession foul. That's going to cost them. It looks like blue is in the lead by a slight margin. Bigger than it was before. Blue scoring 3, and then another 3 while the red robots have to go out of their way. A launchpad foul onto Maxford, courtesy of Krago. That's going to put blue more securely in the lead. Physics glitch! Off of the launchpad. That poor Krago. He looked like he was stuck there for quite a little while before he reset. Metal Jello missing 3 balls. That's going to be detrimental to blue, quite possibly, as red has caught up in score. Red taking the lead tentatively there. Now that we have reached the final 30 seconds, players will be looking to climb. Puzzle being put in the wrong spot at the wrong time, giving Krago a free traversal. Looks like Metal Jello has all the room in the world in order to make sure that he secures his traversal. Puzzle and Maxford going rather late. Let's see if they even make it onto high. 1 second left, and they're both on the mid bar. Maxford getting onto the high bar a tad too late. And it looks like Jello managed to get up to traversal as well. So 176 to 166 in favor of the blue line. Yeah, looking at this breakdown, blue did indeed get both traversals, and red actually did manage to get that high at the very last second. That is why the score looks closer than perhaps it should, despite the free traversal. Other than that, they were very even out in Aton, Teleop, and well, not endgame, obviously. But there is a penalty for blue. So you'd think they'd be a little further ahead, but that 6 extra points in Teleop for red has got them a little further in. A little further closer to making sure to trying to get the win over blue. Anyway, for the next match, we are having Trevor swap out for Krago. And let's see if this change affects the match ending, because red is completely the same. Trevor going straight for the ball in the terminal, shooting off all 3 in his path there. Metal Jello shooting off an extra 1 there. It looks like blue gets 1 bounce back, but it's not going to be in time to count for autonomous. So red had a 10-point lead coming out of auto. Red actually solidly in the lead. They must have gotten quite a few more bounce backs than blue did, because I only saw blue have 1 bounce back, but they weren't even able to capitalize on that. Red just has to keep the cycles up and keep them consistent to make sure that they keep the lead, because sometimes with the RNG, if you're not keeping up with the balls, you have to go out of your way into probably one of the hanger zones, most likely, to grab balls in inconvenient corners in order to make sure that they get cycled back in through the hub. Red with about a 15-point lead still, about what it was in autonomous. Red with a 2 3-ball cycles. Blue missing 1. That's gonna hurt. Blue has to get these quicker cycles in order to catch up. "50 seconds on the clock." Blue missing a ball. That's gonna be rough. But red actually gets a possession foul. That is 4 points for the Blue Alliance. Blue actually scoring quite a few there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We are in the end game period now. Looks like both alliances are pushing it, even though red could help secure their lead. Blue climbing sooner than red does. It is about a 4-point difference. Red needs to climb because blue has managed to catch up. And with that, it looks like, I'm not sure if Trevor fell before or after the buzzer. He fell after the buzzer. Both alliances got equal climb. And equal teleop. It was just that auto score that made the difference the entire match. That's kind of insane. With that, the only one who does not have a win so far is Trevor. But we have 13 matches to go, so that is very subject to change. And the players with the most points so far are Maxford, Puzzle, and Metal Jello, who are all tied with 326, which is rather impressive. Up next, the next matchup, Krago is subbing in for Metal Jello, and it'll be Krago and Trevor versus Maxford and Puzzle, and this will be their last match together for Division 5. Trevor doing the same strat as before. Looks like blue got more bounce backs, but they're going to capitalize. Trevor looks poised to. Shoots them off, but will they be filtered quick enough to countering? Oh no, looks like they are. 38-24 in favor of blue this time. Blue with an 8-point lead. Blue defending their own teammate. It looks like they had a little bit of a miscommunication there. Both trying to go for the same cargo. But blue keeping up this lead rather well, despite that. Doesn't look like red was able to capitalize. They do look like they are quicker on the draw for these cycles, though, because they have caught up quite a bit. Yeah, it looks like Krago has to go to an inconvenient spot next to the red driver station in order to get more cargo. And Trevor has to go next to the red hangar zone in order to get some more cargo. With that, red has caught up. Trevor missing 3 balls. That's going to hurt him quite a bit. With that, red needs to capitalize to make sure that they can overcome blue, because they're neck and neck. We are in the situation now where it's a game of inches. Now that red has managed to catch up to blue, they have to make sure that they can inch ahead. If they can do what they did at the beginning of the match, catch up, they have a very solid chance of winning this match. It is less than 30 seconds now. Robot still pushing the climb as far as they can to make sure they can shoot has many cargo before they have to climb. Looks like Puzzle might be opting not to, going in a very odd spot to make sure to grab some more cargo, but it paid off for him in terms of score, but not in terms of making sure he wins the match. Because it is 154-157 in favor of blue. Yeah, despite Blue's autonomous being quite a bit better, Red's teleoff is even better than the auto by 20 whole points. But Red's endgame is very much lacking. Let's say they have a 9-point deficit against Blues. So it was barely enough for Blue to pull off a win. That was a very, very close one. And with that, Maxford and Puzzle will no longer be together for the remaining matches. And it will now be Maxford and Jello against Puzzle on the blue, going to be with Krago. All robots are on the move, and with that, let's get match 4 underway. Robots, for the most part, seem to have been mirroring each other, except for, Krago did not manage to get that ball. Instead, putting it into the terminal instead of collecting it. That happens sometimes. But it looks like Blue was barely able to pull off the auto difference.
So far, I've seen the Red Alliance missing a few more shots than the Blue Alliance, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks that way. Especially since Blue is starting to take a bit more of a lead there. Blue having to go out of their way a bit to get more cargo, though, is what is also helping Red catch up here. Whereas Reds are right there. Yes, they can collect them and then just shoot them right back in. Also shooting another 2-ball. Maxford having one bounce out. That's going to be rough for him. Maxford having to eject a red ball to make sure he doesn't get that possession foul, and missing a red ball. Red catching up a little, though, here. Even despite all of that happening. Yeah, Puzzle has to go into the red hangar zone to collect some cargo. Shoots off 3. Krago shooting off 1, and it stays in, despite looking like it might bounce out, but misses another. So looks like Red has caught up to Blue. We're going to come up on the endgame soon, so we're going to see if these teams is up to continue shooting, or if they're going to go to climb and attempt to secure a traversal to perhaps win in the endgame phase. In 20 seconds, it looks like both alliances are opting to push the climb a little. Every robot is climbing. Red with a slight lead going into it. Looks like. Krago missing the traverse. And Puzzle settling on the high bar. It looks like both red robots are also on the high bar. So it is a 185 to 181. In favor of Red.
Yeah, those ended up being a completely even endgame, 25 points to 25 points, 1 traversal, 1 high climb on both sides. And since that Red Alliance went into the endgame with that 4-point advantage, they maintained that 4-point advantage in the end. So that
was
will
really
be... Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
It didn't look to me like either there was a robot on either alliance that was on traversal, but it must have been at a really odd angle.
I believe that Metal Jello was on high, and then Maxford was traversed, I believe, on red, and I don't remember which one did which on blue, but I think it was Puzzle that traversed, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it mostly even blue had a slight advantage out of auto, but red just had a even better teleop than blue did. despite the auto difference. So red managed to come out on top by 4 points. And with that, Maxpert and Metal Jello have 2 more matches together, and Craig is swapping out for Trevor. Just waiting for Maxpert to start moving. And with that, we can get this match started. Trevor doing the same auto he's been doing all day. Shoots 3, almost gives a free ball to red by pushing it onto their side during auto. Low scoring autos this time. Oh, we got a hub jam. That would be why. Yep, I see what Puzzle's doing here. The strat is whenever it jams are low goals, of course, and shooting your opponent. And ironically, you shoot your opponent's balls into the upper hub in order to make sure that your opponent can't score them. But on a serious note, we can actually go ahead and stop and restart this match.
Okay, we are restarting match number 5, the do-over.
Red quicker on the draw, but they had a bounce out. We'll see if blue is able to capitalize on that. A lot of the red bounce outs go to blue, and blue not getting any. So it looks like red actually ending up with the advantage because blue didn't get any rebounds. But red missed 2 balls there. So it is going to be about a tie game. Blue taking a slight edge. It looks like red has to go out of their way in order to shoot more cargo. So blue might be able to take a lead here. Maxpert looks like Maxpert actually shot a blue ball into the hub. I don't know if my if I saw wrong or not, but it looks like Metal Jello got a possession foul. Red's actually very solidly in the lead now. Puzzle with a 4-ball cycle and Trevor with a 3. That's kind of insane. Blue's gonna have a very solid lead going into a minute 12 of the match. Puzzle shooting 2 wide for whatever reason. I think he was trying to stop himself from getting a possession foul. Looks like Puzzle accidentally messed with this climber. He's intaking a red ball. Will he shoot it? No. He purposely shoots it out so it misses. Blue steadily keeping a lead, but red actually catching up very slightly. Blue having to go out of their way to collect more cargo. And Puzzle getting a possession foul. That's going to put red right back in this going into the end game period. Blue has a slight lead of 2 points. But blue's going to have to keep cycling in order to match red. Trevor climbing super early in comparison to what these other players have been doing. Red climbing 1 on Trevor, 1 on high. Metal Jello transferring to high. And it looks like we have a tie because Trevor managed to get to traversal. And Puzzle only on the high bar. And in 2v2s, ties matter a lot more, especially for the player that was not in that match. It gives the players that were in it a slight edge over the one. See if I can make sure that everyone gets their points appropriately.
Okay, Wildart is getting those scores settled. We can look ahead into match number 6. In match 6, we're still going to have Maxford and Metal Jello on that Red Alliance, but on the Blue Alliance, Puzzle is going to be going out, and coming in is going to be Krago 4329. So, that Blue Alliance of Krago and Trevor will be going up against the Red Alliance of Maxford and Metal Jello. Okay, sorry for the delay, we're just getting the scores fixed, and we should be able to start match number 6 now. So we're going to head over to the field, again, Metal Jello in red, Maxford in red, and we've got Krago and Trevor in blue. Let's get match numero 6 started. And the robots are off. We start, Blue Alliance is the first to score, but one bounces out, and otherwise they are equal in their volleys, besides that one from that Blue Alliance to bounce out. Oh, another miss from Krago on that Blue Alliance, and it looks like Maxford has a possession foul there as we get 30 seconds into the match. A few more misses. We're seeing misses on both sides, but I think we're seeing a few more blue misses compared to red misses.
Yeah, the score would reflect that.
Oh, saw a couple red misses there, and
Yeah,
getting a
that's
little bit
gonna-
closer on the score now, as you can see as well.
That's going to give Blue the opportunity. The question is, will they take advantage of it? And someone scored a red logo.
Local hype?
Logo hype.
I think
Yeah,
it was
Red's
the,
taking
it's
quite
the
the
Blue
lead here.
Alliance that must have scored the red logo, because neither of the red robots have it in their contribution.
Yeah, ooh, Trevor missing 2 is going to hurt them quite a bit, because Red kind of rolling with this lead, making sure that they keep it.
15-point lead for the Red Alliance as we enter the last 40 seconds of the match.
We'll see
Couple
how
bounce outs for blue.
or-
Oh, a bounce out for red. The accuracy is causing the scores to be not quite as high as they would be otherwise, obviously, but
Yeah, with 20 seconds left, Red is very clearly in the lead. Looks like Metal Jello is going to go climb to secure it. Maxford's going to go for a 3-ball, then climb. We'll see if it pays off, because it looks like they have a very
looks
dominant
like-
score.
both
Yeah.
Trevor and Krago are struggling with their climbs. I think Trevor doesn't even get a high climb. Krago looks like to get a high climb, but nothing in comparison to that Red Alliance endgame of the traversal and the high climb. That's going to be even more points given to that Red Alliance in the end, that 25-point endgame versus that 16-point endgame. And we see just across the board, starting in Autonomous, it was a 10-point lead from that Red Alliance, and they just scored a lot more cargo throughout the entire match, and secured it with a higher endgame score as well. So completely dominant performance from Maxford and Metal Jello in that Red Alliance.
Well, I mean, look at those contributions. 95 and 88. Neither one of them was carrying the other. It was just a very clean match for Red all around.
Yep, and we're going to be moving on to match number 7 now. Match 7 is going to see Maxford and Krago on the Red Alliance together for the first time, and on the Blue Alliance against them, it's going to be Puzzle and Metal Jello.
Yeah, if you look at the total points, I mean, Maxford's been playing in every single match so far, but look at his score in comparison to the second place Metal Jello of 1,000, and Metal Jello almost hitting 900, and the next highest Krago with 660. So there seems to be quite a deficit there, but it'll even out as we go along. So that we'll know for sure who has been putting up the most contribution here.
We're ready to start match number 7, I believe, so let's get this match underway.
Blue a little slower on the draw, but gets the 3-ball off before Red does. Let's see if Blue's 3-ball volley counts there, and it looks like it does. 40-36 coming out of Auto in favor of Blue. Puzzle opting for the fender shots, while most of these players are opting to do tarmac shots, because there seems to be less defense, especially in this division today. It is interesting that they are opting to not use that strategy. It's just score, 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 and score some more. Maxford getting a possession foul. It looks like he only shot 2 out, which is really interesting. And Blue's volley is going to put them a solid 18 points ahead. Even more after that possession foul. Jello looking like a rather dominant performance with 60 so far. But the other robots aren't far behind. It is the fouls, I think, that are making the difference. Blue with a 4-ball volley. And another 3-ball from Blue. Red has a lot of catching up to do with 50 seconds left in the match. And before Red can get another volley off, Red shoots off a 5-ball volley. 40 seconds remaining. It's going to be really tough for Red to catch up here. Blue has to miss a climb, and Red definitely needs to get all the traversals. 30 seconds left in the match. Red is praying for a penalty, but misses 3 balls. But Puzzle does gift them a possession foul. 4 extra points for Red there, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Blue is going to climb. Metal Jello with the insta-high, and it looks like Puzzle is going to go for the traversal and gets it. And that is a definitely a high score for this division today. Well, for this week at least. 164-203. Yeah, 203 is a rather high score, but it doesn't even look like the penalty points are actually that differential. It appears that Blue just outscored them in teleop and got a way better endgame.
Yeah, that 10 extra cargo scored throughout the entirety of the match, it ended up adding up to be a pretty decent difference in that teleop, and even a slight difference in that auto. Overall, Blue edged them out in every single category.
And with that, Metal Jello is going to take the lead in this division, fighting for that promotion into Division 4 to make sure that he stays in Ladder Champ Season 3 to get that invite. Maxford is not too far behind. And for now, Trevor is in the hot seat, so Trevor's got to step it up in this match to make sure that he does not demote, along with Isaac.
Yeah, Trevor and Puzzle on that Blue Alliance, Maxford and Krago on that Red Alliance, and they are off.
Red with a bounce out. That is not good, especially in auto. but red might get those 3 to count in auto. It's definitely not going to edge out blue, though. Blue with a 30 auto and red with a 24 auto. Blue with 2 bounce outs, though. Will red be able to capitalize? There's quite a few red balls there for red to get near the blue hanger. It looks like, ooh, Maxford in going for those. Gets a launchpad foul and gifts it to Trevor. Red's going to have even more work to do if they are going to win this match. Especially with that bounce out from red, making it a 2-ball cycle instead of a 3-ball. Puzzle attempted to incur a launchpad foul onto Krago and is not successful. Blue with a 5-ball volley, red with a 4-ball volley. Red needs to make sure that they get more. They need faster cycles in order to edge out blue here. Less than a minute remaining in this match.
All 3 Arco shot by Krago bounce out there.
They get a 5-ball volley, but will it be enough? Blue matches a bit slower. Red does seem to be getting more quicker cycles, but with less than 30 seconds, you gotta say, looks to be very much in blue's favor.
Yeah, there's these occasional mistakes that I'm noticing, like that one a second ago from that entire volley was missed. Right there, another missed shot from Maxford. Not helping in their catch-up effort. It's looking unlikely that this game is going to be changing in the end game, especially with the 2 high climbs from that blue alliance. And what ended up happening on that red alliance? Was it only 1 climb? Yeah, 1 high climb.
1 high climb looks like fell.
Yeah, a fall from Krago. So that's going to be a blue alliance victory.
That puts Puzzle in contention. They, along with Maxford, he has 3.5 win rate. Metal Jello, of course, still on top. He's gonna, but Trevor got the win that he needed. That puts Krago in the hot seat temporarily. Also, gotta notice in the contributions, Maxford getting a 90 as opposed to Krago's 48. Krago's gonna have to step it up a little in order to make sure he does not demote in both match score and in win-loss percentage.
As we look ahead to match 9, it's going to be another match with Maxford and Krago on the red alliance going up against the blue alliance of Metal Jello and Trevor. So the difference here being that Puzzle is being swapped out with Metal Jello on the blue alliance. And I believe that we can go over to the field where match 9 will be ready now. And let's get it started.
Let's do it. Metal Jello opting for the single player blue auto. Blue gets 2 rebounds. Let's see if they are able to make them count in auto. Looks like they are. A 34-34 auto looks to me. Tied out of autonomous. They're matching, both alliances seem to be matching each other. But blue taking a slight lead. They must have gotten a couple balls extra that red did not. Red with a 4-ball though, that's going to put them back in this. Blue only has a 2-point advantage. That is a single cargo. Blue with a bounce out, and red with a huge volley. Once that gets sorted through, red has a slight edge. Red with a slightly faster cycle as well. Blue going to go out of their way to collect cargo with a 3-ball cycle there, though, from Trevor. Red slightly edging out blue.
Sorry, less than
huge
half
bump.
the match time remaining. Very even score so far. Red's very tiny advantage.
It gets a 6-ball volley as opposed to, wow, that was a 6-ball too, because Jello shot out a 4-ball. 45 seconds remaining. They're even now. Blue with a bounce out. That's going to put red in the lead.
You see that red cargo that's actually stuck like perfectly balanced on the top rim of the hub right there?
As all things should be, of course. It's possible. I've actually done it before where I've taken an opponent's cargo and then hit one of the ones that are on the rim to make it go in. It was one of the proudest moments of my entire life, gotta say.
Blue just knocked it off, it looks like.
Not that it matters now. All the robots are climbing. 2 blues on high, 2 reds on high. Maxford falling.
Not able to climb in time either. So Maxford's going to get 0 points. And that's going to be a Blue Alliance victory.
It might even be a double traversal for blue.
It was a double traversal for blue. That's a 30-point endgame compared to only a 10-point endgame on the red side. So that... Were they perfectly tied going into endgame? That's what it appears to be. That they were perfectly tied going into endgame.
Wow, it really does look like they were, yeah. Because red had 70 cargo as opposed to blue's 69, but red got a single ball, or blue got a single ball extra in autonomous, so it was exactly tied.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
didn't even notice that going into endgame, but that fall on that Red Alliance side, so unfortunate. It cost them this match in this case, but that's okay because we do have 6 more matches remaining. Speaking of that, we can head over and check out the field for match number 10.
Look at all the victory spins.
Match number 10, we have Maxford and Trevor teaming up on the Red Alliance for the first time. On the Blue Alliance, we've got Puzzle and Metal Jello to challenge them.
Yeah, gotta say, Maxford needs to make sure he wins these next few matches, because then he won't be playing anymore. In order to secure his spot, he's currently in second, so he needs to make sure he's in a pretty good position. He just has to solidify it. It's like going to be very, very close out of auto. No one in particular getting more bounce backs. It looks like we have a slight blue advantage. Blue with quicker to the draw out of autonomous as well, so that is going to put blue in a slight lead. Yeah, blue doesn't have to go as far out of their way to get cargo at the beginning here, so that's going to help them out a lot. But red's not too far behind, so blue definitely cannot slouch here. Puzzle with a 2-ball, Metal Jello with a 4-ball. That's going to definitely help blue's case here. And Puzzle shooting off another volley before one of the other Red Alliance robots can. So that solidifies blue's lead tentatively. Red's gonna have to do something a little more drastic in order to get the lead here. Coming upon
shoots 2 and misses both.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh,
and a possession foul.
I think that was Trevor that got that foul.
Yeah, blue's leading by 30 points. Clearly, red needs something really drastic to happen in order to make sure that they even remotely get back in this match. A 40-point lead for Blue now, with 35 seconds left on the clock. Blue could honestly just climb now to solidify if they want to, but it looks like they're going to keep going for more. Puzzle with a full 3-ball cycle here. 25 seconds. Red pushing it, understandably. They have to make sure that they get a little more. They have to make sure that they get more balls in there, so that if Blue does fall, that they have a potential of winning here. And Puzzle secures the traversal.
Metal Jello very close.
Jello stays on the high. Maxford looks like he fell again, and that is disaster for the Red Alliance. Look at Puzzle's contribution, 107 points there. And Metal Jello following, not too far behind with 94. That's just impressive. And we have a new new high score for today. 205. Jello just putting up the scores needed. And with having a 6.5 win rate. And the highest contribution or total points here besides Maxford, who's played in every match. So that's really a good showing for him going into this match that he's not going to be playing in.
Just keep in mind that Trevor and Crago are behind Maxford, and Maxford coming up soon is going to be done with the matches, not playing anymore. But Trevor and Crago are going to be playing in every match for the rest of the evening, I believe. After they swap off, at least. Crago has match 11 off, is that correct? No, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. That Crago and Trevor are every match for the rest of the evening. But Maxford is about to sign off after match 12 is concluded.
Yeah, so it really is anybody's, any of the three of them could demote, I think.
Okay, we're looking into match 11. Maxford and Trevor against Puzzle and Crago. Let's get it started.
Definitely do or die for Maxford here, along with Trevor.
We're entering the final third of the matches for Div 5 on week 5.
All the fives, including 0.5 on many of their records today. Red edging out the lead here temporarily, but they even get a bounce out, so that's going to be rough. That gives Blue a chance to catch up. Red getting quite a few volleys there, but Blue with 2 bounce outs. That's going to help Red quite a bit here. Red with a 10-point lead as of now, and Puzzle getting a possession foul. Maxford getting 2 balls while Puzzle misses 2. They can't afford to be missing any shots at this point because Red is starting to take it away. But it looks like Blue is starting to catch up here. And just as I say that, we have like about a 7-ball volley from Red. Red still trying to say, we have this match in the bag, don't worry. But not if Blue has anything to say about it. They are now 4 points behind.
Oh, tied for a brief
tied
moment
even.
there.
Yeah, this is neck and neck. Blue took advantage of some of Red's mistakes, and
2 missed there.
now they are in the lead. Blue with a slight lead now. Red with a huge volley, though. But it doesn't look like it matters. Coming on 20 seconds. They are exactly tied now.
There's a couple misses
Craigo
I saw from blue. One more miss from blue. Oh, a miss from red. There's a few misses right here. It's so close. These misses like could have possibly ended up contributing to like a big difference here. Climbs are obviously more important.
Blue got more there, but they looks like both alliances tie in terms of climb. So I think
that's a tie in terms of climb. So it's just a 6-point difference that came from that auto and tele-up score. The penalty points that were awarded to the Red Alliance made it even closer in the end.
But blue got the last volley, and a larger volley at the very end just before they climbed, and that is what made the difference. Yeah, looking at it, that's rough for Maxford, losing only by 6 points. He only has one more match to prove himself that he deserves to stay in Div 5 and secure his place in Ladder Champs.
So let's look at Trevor and Craigo below Maxford. How many matches do they have? They have one match together in match 13, and for the other matches they are against each other in 14 and 15, right? So that would mean that both of them are gaining at least one win and possibly 2 wins. So that's
it might actually be an L for Maxford here, unless one player completely clean sweeps one of the others.
Yeah, it's looking like an absolute must-win for Maxford if he wants a chance. And it's still looking a little bit bleak, even if he does win this, but it's definitely a must-win if he wants to have a chance. Okay, we're going to head over to match number 12. This is, again, Maxford's last match of the night. Maxford and Trevor against Metal Jello and Craigo. And we are going to get started. Very important match here. This could determine who ends up competing in the Ladder Championship.
Very possible, actually. Ooh, will Maxford be able to get that ball that... no, he doesn't shoot it in time to make sure that it's scored for Autonomous. Blue with a very large volley, putting them 8 points in the lead. Yeah, it looks like blue is pretty solid going into this. Red really needs to make sure that they get quicker cycles here. Red with a 3-ball, blue answering back with another 3-ball. And suddenly, with those 2 blue misses, yeah, now we're tied. Red has gotten the edge that they needed to catch up. Blue with a slight lead still, but this is not insurmountable anymore.
Maxford's entire volley there, or actually that was Trevor's entire volley there of 3 balls missed.
Yeah.
Oh, Metal Jello with that possession foul as well.
But Metal Jello scored 4 balls there.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be net positive for him, but it might be a little rough.
Small mistakes on both sides that I'm seeing, but it looks like the Red Alliance is making slightly more frequent mistakes, as described by the score, I guess.
Yeah, the score reflects that as the most likely outcome. It is do or die for Maxford now. He needs to make sure that they get quicker cycles here and make sure that they secure the climb to have a chance here.
Mistakes, like like Trevor picks up a blue cargo and then spits it out, and then does only one red cargo cycle.
Oh, Maxford missing the traversal, but Trevor getting it. Not that it matters, because Prego got a traversal on the other side. Metal Jello only getting the mid, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, Metal Jello is a little bit worrying that they might fall off. If they've fallen off and the Red Alliance have gotten perfect traversals, it might have been a slightly different story at the last second. But we look at the breakdown in every category. In endgame category, Red Alliance outscored by 4 points, but it wasn't enough. We also see the 4 penalty points that were awarded to Red, but the auto and teleop, almost 10 additional cargoes, the 8 additional cargo scored by that Blue Alliance ended up being enough to seal the deal. And that's Maxford's final match of the night, and it goes down in the books as an L, unfortunately. That's going to solidify Maxford's record as 3.5 to 8.5. So that's going to slide down to ranking of 4. Let's get this ranking sheet a little bit bigger. So Maxford currently ranked 4th, and I don't think that it is possible for Maxford to even keep on to that 4th. I think Trevor is going to definitely pass it and take that 4th spot.
Well, I guess it's possible for Trevor to lose every single match going into it, but it's gonna be it's not gonna be terribly hard for him to pass him in a tiebreaker. He has to make it in order for Maxford to stay. Trevor has to lose every single match and not get more than 500 points, which, I mean, I guess it's technically possible, but I don't see that being likely. So, yeah, it looks like Maxford is most likely going to demote, but there is an avenue for him to stay.
Alright, we're looking into match number 13. We've got Trevor and Krago on blue. We've got Puzzle and Metal Jello on red. Let's get the match started. Autonomous is underway. We see the first volleys coming in from both alliances.
Ooh, a blue bounced a red ball over towards the red side. I don't think it scored in time for it to be counted for auto, but red still has a lead going into autonomous, coming out of autonomous. Blue catching up a little bit, but it looks like some of red's score counted, so red seems to still be pretty solidly in the lead. As I say that, it looks like we have a huge bump onto Metal Jello. Will blue be able to capitalize? It looks like they do, at least to a degree. They are 4 points behind red. Metal Jello is cycling like a madman, though. Not very many balls for him to pick up on the red side, so he goes over to the blue side. Scores 2. Looks like he is primed a 3-ball cycle, and he goes for it. Puzzle shooting off 2. That's gonna put red at a rather good advantage. Except red has missed 4 so far in the past 5 seconds. So blue is caught up quite a bit, actually. Going into 35 seconds. Yeah, blue took the lead temporarily there. Those 4 red misses are coming back to haunt them. We'll see after those filter through who's in the lead. Blue has a 1-point lead. Someone got a low goal, and it's looking like it very well could matter. I think Red has a 1-point advantage going into endgame. Frago hitting the traversal. Trevor is stuck. Looks like Puzzle only got a mid and Metal Jello got a traversal. So, yeah, with that mid, it is indeed Frago and Trevor that come out on top. And with that, Maxford's dreams of staying in Division 5 are dashed. But for Metal Jello, it looks like, in terms of him promoting, it's very possible that Puzzle can pass him. Yeah, because the tiebreaker is within reach. He just has to win both matches. So it is now a fight for whomever will promote into Division 4 and solidify. Well, they're solidified into ladder champion point, but it's just cooler to say I made it into Division 4 just before we get started with ladder champ.
It'll give them a higher quote-unquote seed, as we refer to it as commentators while we're talking about it. Not necessarily that it'll affect anything in the actual tournament, but... Okay. Puzzle
Gives
and
you a little
Grego.
more street cred.
Yeah, the street cred. Puzzle and Grego are in red. Trevor and Metal Jello are in blue. Let's get match 14th, the penultimate match of the night, underway.
T-ball, kickball, shoe ball. That is basically autonomous, because there is a wall in between the red and blue sides, so they cannot cross. It is just whatever balls come to you, and hope that you get enough bounce backs in order to outscore your opponent. Blue with a slight edge out of auto, but red catching up with some tele-up balls. So it is anybody's game coming in T minus 46 here. Red with a very slight edge, but with those cycles, yeah, red still has a slight edge here. Blue trying to catch up. Grego shoots a blue ball off of the field. So that blue ball will be introduced now, and you can see that blue ball bouncing from high heaven, coming down back to the mortal plane. As you saw there, we were temporarily tied. Coming out of that tie, though, is another tie at 100 even. After those balls sort through, we'll see who's on top, and it looks to be red with a very slight lead of 4. Red getting a 3 volley. Looks like red's getting more balls in here. Their cycles are quicker. "25 seconds left. Puzzle in a precarious position, but is able to get out. Grego securing the climb at 17 seconds. Blue pushing it a little more to see if they can maybe make up the score. Hoping that a red will not perhaps fall so that they can snipe the win with climb. But even though Puzzle stays on the mid bar, it looks like Krago's traversal has secured it for the Red Alliance. And with that, Puzzle does get one of his wins needed to potentially overtake Metal Jello. The total point tiebreaker is very, very, very close. Looks to be a... I can math, I swear, 27-point lead. So Puzzle needs to win this and win it by at least 28 points in order to win. Yeah, it looks like Trevor and Krago are going to swap for the final match of the evening. And to finish off Division 5 for Ladder Season 3.
It's the final match of the night, the final match of Division 5 ever. And we're off.
Well, you don't gotta put it that way, dude. That makes me a little bit sad. But Ladder Champs is gonna be hyped, so it's fine. Ooh, it looks like Krago has a really large cycle sitting right next to him. Let's see if he shoots it off in time before he gets the penalty. Looks like he does. That's gonna... And once those cycle through, blue should be pretty close. But no, red got just as good of a cycle, looks like. Red with a slight lead of 4. Blue shooting off before red does. And a possession foul for red. That's going to give blue the opportunity they need to overtake red. Metal Jello and Krago shooting off 3. Puzzle and Trevor shooting off about 8 there in total. So they are tied. Except blue has a 4-point lead, but we are going to ignore that for now. Blue with a... now a 4-point lead once the ball sorts. Gotta say, despite this whole division, there has not been very much defense at all. Not even with a few bumps here and there. Gotta say, it's easy to see if one of your opponents is lining up to just give them a little tap. And the odds of them missing a ball or two are pretty high. Coming into the last 30 seconds of the match, blue with a 8-point lead. Krago shoots off of one final ball and goes off to climb. Metal Jello shooting 2 off, then going off to climb. Red pushing it a little further to perhaps get the points that they need, along with a quick climb. Krago is twisted on the bar, and it looks like Jello's not making its traversal, but it doesn't matter because Puzzle ended up not climbing. And with that, the one promoting is Jello.
Let's take a look at that final breakdown. We saw red started off with the lead early after Autonomous, and the teleop score was perfectly tied at 126 points apiece. But it was that end game score that gave blue the 10-point advantage, and that 4 points of penalties as well. And it was a little bit unbalanced, you know, the timing was a little bit off. I want to cut back over here to show the victory spins from everyone on the field. But but the timing was off in terms of that it looked like it was swinging back and forth, but in the end, it ended up being pretty balanced in terms of the tally-up scores. It was just that unfortunate difference in the climbs that gave the Blue Alliance the victory. Let's take a look at the final Division 5 rankings for Week 5. This is where these players will be standing at the end of Ladder Season 3 for the second robotics competition. We have Metal Jello finishing at the top of the rankings, followed by Grego, Puzzle, Trevor, Maxford, and Isaac.
But fear not.
Oh,
for Maxford, fear not. There is still a possibility for you to come back into Ladder Champ if there are declines, because you will be at the top of Division 6. So you will actually be the first. You'll be the first asked if someone drops out.
Yeah, which is actually, I would imagine it would be quite likely. So, but yeah, congratulations to everyone. Puzzle has a question in the Twitch chat. Feel free to ask it. But congratulations to everyone that finished in Division 5 tonight. The first division to finish their third season of SRC Ladder. And don't forget that Ladder Championships are scheduled, and they'll be coming June 18th. That's Saturday, June 18th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. Noontime Central, 11 Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific. Ladder Championship, you can expect it to last around 6 hours, so make sure you clear your schedule. Saturday, June 18th again.
Oh, looks like we have a question mark. Be right back.
Yeah, so the congratulations again to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This is hypothetically the first of the divisions to finish Ladder Season 3. We do have a few more things coming up in the schedule. This week, you can look out for the other divisions that will be competing. In fact, we know now that Wednesday, tomorrow, we will be seeing Division 1 and Division 3 competing tomorrow night. So don't forget to tune in for that. 9 p.m. Eastern is when that will kick off. On Thursday, we're going to see some stuff perhaps. Nothing in this calendar right now, actually. But on Saturday, we will see both Division 2 and Division 7 kick off their action. Dar's back. Is there any interesting developments?
No, everything is good. He was just wondering about the ties.
Okay. So make sure you tune in for that other Week 5 action to see where the final standings will end up at the end of the Ladder season. For that next Saturday as well. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. I'm sorry. This Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday the 18th.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in for that. And then also make sure you tune in for the 12-3, our single-player competition. The best of the best single-player players competing against each other. We're having a watch party next Monday, the 12th, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the 12-2, which is the most recent past competition. And then the following Monday, Monday the 19th, is the world premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern for the 12-3 round 1. So make sure you don't miss that. Okay. As always, make sure you join our Discord to keep up to date with our latest events. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Dar for reffing and for helping commentate tonight. My name is Nick, and I hope you all have a great night.
And he plays SRC.